I am Monica from IELTS 9. So we will be doing this reading passage, Pacific Navigation and Voyaging. So this was part of 23rd March 2024 IELTS exam. So for this we have yes, no, not given questions and multiple choice question, and one more question is there. This is complete each sentence with the correct ending. So this question is trending nowadays, and most of the students, they are facing problem in solving these questions with the help of these options. Means these are incomplete sentences and these are correct endings. So we have to select for these. Okay, let's start this reading. So if you have time, you can definitely subscribe and like this video. Okay, so that will be good and it will be motivational factor for me also. Let's start this first type of question, that is yes, no, not given. So how to do yes, no, not given? Definitely these are like true, false, not given, and we have to read the question statement, try to understand its meaning, and then come out with one or two keywords. Those keywords will take us to the location. See, I can see Southeast Asia, and let's read it. The Pacific Islands were uninhabited. So when migrants arrived by sea from Southeast Asia. So Pacific Island and Southeast Asia, these two words will take us to the location. After that, what you need to find for getting the answer yes, no, not given, that is uninhabited. Habited means where people can live, and uninhabited means where no one is staying or was staying. You can see this. So when migrants arrived, migrants means foreign people, different people arrived from this area. Now let's go to the paragraph. I'm showing you full paragraph also as well as question also. You do practice with me, so that will be great if you do practice with me. So here, Pacific Island in first line, how people migrated to Pacific Island. The many tiny islands of Pacific Ocean had no human population until ancestors of today's islanders sailed from Southeast Asia in ocean-going canoes approximately 2000 years ago. Okay, so here in this line we have got our location. Pacific Island is also there, Southeast Asia is also there. When migrants means ancestors. So try to understand. Now you need to understand the sentence, what it is saying. The many tiny islands of Pacific Ocean had no human population, means these islands were uninhabited, where no people is staying, so that is uninhabited, and with maybe some reason why people were not staying there. So until ancestors of today's islanders sailed from this area. So answer is yes, of course, yes. Okay, now second one, Andrew Sharp. Now this is the word that will take us to the location. Was the first person to write about migrants to islanders. Okay, now we will find this word. After finding the word, means location, you have to find whether he was the first person to write about these migrants and all. If he was the first person, then definitely yes, and he and another person or writers, they had written before this person's written, then it is contradiction, means no. Same mistake every student is doing. Instead of saying yes, no, they will just write true, false, not given. That will be wrong. So if they are talking, if they are not talking who had written first or second, who had written anything about migrants, then it is not given. So in second paragraph, let's read it, because first paragraph you can see nothing is there. I have to find capital letter word, because I am looking for spelling. So Andrew Sharp is here. See this. Published his research. Okay, Sharp challenged the heroic vision by asserting. Now here we have got the location, and now we have to read it from here, because if we miss these lines, then maybe answer may be missing. We may miss our question. Although the romantic vision of some early 20th century writers of fleets of heroic navigators simultaneously setting sail had to come to be considered by later investigators to be exaggerated, something they have written in 20th century. So writers were there, and they had come to be considered by later investigators, means later writers, to be writers or scientists, or you can say, they said they have done everything exaggerated. No considered assessment of Pacific voyaging was forthcoming until this, when the American historian Andrew Sharp published his research. It means he was not the first person. And again, Sharp challenged the heroic vision by asserting. So this is not the location. Location is from here to here. So answer is, he was not the first person. That is clear because it is given. See this, 20th century. So here we can write no. Now third question. Andrew Sharp believed migratory voyages were based on more on luck than skill. Okay, so this person believed, if the person, his beliefs about that all voyages were based on their luck than ability, then it is yes. And if they are not talking about whether these voyages were based on luck or skill, then it is not given. So let's find this location. Same paragraph, because this paragraph is left. Sharp challenged the heroic version by asserting that the expertise of the navigators was limited and that the settlement of the island was not systematic, being more dependent on good fortune by drifting canoes. Okay, was widely accepted and deservedly so. So let's read it. Now we have got the location. How? Try to understand what I am trying to say here. Now pause the screen and try to find the answer, then I will tell. So he believed that migratory voyages were based on luck only. So here, have you got this luck word or skill word? Okay, I will tell. So Sharp challenged the heroic vision by asserting that heroic vision means migratory voyages he is talking about. See how, paraphrasing, how they have used the synonyms. We should learn it from their writings. In essay also we can use different words for same word. By asserting that the expertise means skill of the navigators was limited and that the settlement of the island was not systematic, being more dependent on good fortune by drifting canoes. So good fortune means luck. So definitely this answer is again yes. Okay, so now fourth question. Despite being controversial, okay, Andrew Sharp's research had positive result. Now we have to find controversy and his positive results. Okay, so let's move to next paragraph. No, this line is also left. See this, if nothing else, however, oh yes, challenged word is also here. Sharp's theory was widely challenged, means it is controversial, it was controversial and deservedly so. If nothing else, however, it did spark renewed interest in the topic and precipitated valuable new research. Since the 1960s, a wealth of investigation has been conducted and most of them thankfully have been known. So nothing, they are talking about something in this. So it means location for fourth question is here only. So challenged word is here. See this. Challenged word, controversial is here. See how they have written this sentence. Sharp's theory was widely challenged and deservedly so. If nothing else, however, it did spark renewed interest in the topic and precipitated valuable new research. So due to his theory, firstly it was challenged and then it sparked new interest in the valuable research. So we can say it is yes. Both of the things they have discussed over here in this sentence. See this. So next, fifth one. Edwin Doran, now this person will take us to the location, disagreed, okay, with the findings of Levi's research. Okay, now you can see yes, no, yes, yes, and last question is left. We can just apply it not given, because definitely not given one will come. but I will show you the location. Disagreed with the finding, so we have to find this person name first. So here nothing is there, so next person is, so Levi is here, so we have to find this Edwin is also Edwin in next paragraph. Yacht is also there, so whatever you find important thing you can just do. Now we have to read this also, because we have to find main important person is this. If this person disagreed with the finding of Levi's research, then it will be yes. If they are not talking about whether this person was disagreed with the finding of this person, then definitely not given. So in next paragraph I can see this person name is there. Okay, now let's read it from here. So the geographer Edwin Doran followed a quite different approach. He was interested in obtaining exact data on canoe sailing performance, and to that employed the last electronic instrument. Doran traveled on board traditional sailing canoes in some of the most remote parts of the Pacific, all the while using his instrument from glass to further contribution. Now another person is there. It means in this whole paragraph nothing is about whether he disagreed with the finding of Levi's research. See, only this much is written. The geographer Edwin followed a quite different approach, means he did not say anything about disagreement, that's why it is not given. So now next multiple choice question. So how we can do it? David Levi's research was different because, see this. So how to do these multiple choice questions? See this, multiple choice question means you have to choose the correct letter A, B, C or D, write the correct letter in 6 to 10 boxes on your answer sheet. Means in an answer sheet in front of these question numbers we have to write only A, B or C, D, means we have to select only one option, and it should be in capital letter. If they have given in instruction like that, please write in same thing. So here, so first question says David Levi's research was different. So this location we already knew it. So David Levi's research was different because we have to find the reason why it was different. So in this paragraph, here you can see this was quite a different approach. Now here they are explaining about the reasons. He was interested in obtaining exact data on canoe sailing performance, and to that and employed the latest electronic instrument. Doran traveled on board traditional sailing canoes in most of the remote parts of the Pacific, all the while using his instrument to record canoe speeds in different wind strengths. Okay, so let's read it. He was interested in obtaining exact data on canoe, and to that and employed the latest electronic instrument. Doran traveled on board in some of the most remote parts of the Pacific, all the while using his instrument to record this. From gales to calm, and angel canoes could sail relative to the wind. In the process, he provided the first really precise attributes of traditional sailing canoes. Okay, so let's read it. He observed traditional navigators at work. Sorry, no. I am at the wrong location. So this person is not there. Let's move to another. So that's the mistake we all are doing. We are not reading properly. So it was Levi's and I am reading it Edwin Doran. So it was in previous paragraph. Now here we have got David Levi's. You can also read it with me. Experienced a physician and experienced yachtsman, set to work using his own unique philosophy. Okay, he took the yacht he had owned for many years and navigated through the islands in order to contact those men who still find their way at sea using traditional methods. He then accompanied these men in their traditional canoes on test voyages from which all modern instruments were banished from sight, though Levi secretly used them to confirm the navigator's calculator. So secretly he used these modern these devices, and he had owned for many years. He used his yacht and navigated through the island in order to contact those men who still work over there. Okay, now we will read the option. See this. he observed traditional navigators at work. So traditional word is not there, but navigated person, those men who still find their way at, means he observed traditional navigators at work. So navigators at work is there. See this, those men means they are also navigator who still find their way at sea. Oh, traditional method is also there, means traditional navigators are there. Okay, he conducted test voyages using his own yacht. So own yacht is there, he took the yacht he had owned. So this is given using his own yacht, but he conducted test voyages. So he conducted test voyages with another person, these persons. See this. He then accompanied these men in their traditional canoes, means in their traditional canoes, not his yacht. So he conducted test voyages. So this is wrong. So mismatching the information. He carried no modern instrument on test. This is also wrong, because here it is given he test voyages from which all modern instrument vanished from sight, means he hid it from there and he secretly used them. So it means this is wrong statement. He spoke the same language as the islanders he sailed. So same language, where it is given, they are not talking about any language in this. So option is this. And why this option? Because he took the yacht he had on for many years and navigated through the islands in order to contact those men, means he contacted those traditional navigators at work. So this C, A will come with this. Now 7th number, what did David Levy's research discover about traditional navigators? David Levy's discovered, now same person, about traditional navigators. What did, same person is there, and what did he discovered? Famous. Okay, so let's read the options also. Now we have to find this. So same paragraph is the continuity over here. So this paragraph we were reading it. So till here we have read. Now we have to find. Lewis found that ancient navigators would have known which course. Okay. So question statement says, what did David Levy's research discover about traditional navigators? So here Levy's found that ancient navigators would have known which course to steer by memorizing stars rose and set in certain positions along the horizon, and this gave them fixed directions by which to steer their, steer means to handle their boats, where to go and all. So their boats. So what he found, that ancient navigators. Okay, let's read the options. So question was, what did Levy's research discover about traditional navigators, ancient navigators? So these are the options. Let's read it. They used sun and moon to find their position. Sun and moon is not there, stars they are talking. See this. And they knew which direction they were sailing in. Yes, that's the thing he is saying actually. See this, that ancient navigators would have known which course to steer by memorizing which star, and means which course, which direction to go. So we can select this, and 1000 word was also there. See this, I can show you in the 1000 nautical. So they could sail further, not. This is wrong. So here he has, his most famous such voyage was a return trip of around 1000 nautical, means 1000 they go, 1000 they return back. So it is wrong. So many options you will get that they are talking in different direction. All the words you will match, but not is given. That's why it is not true. And sun and moon, they were not talking. That's why it will not come. They were able to drift for long distances. 1000 nautical miles is there, and long distances again they have not written. So confirm is C. So 8th number. What are we told about now? This person will come. Okay. Now see this, Edwin Doran. So this person they are talking. What are we told about his research? Means this is the research. He was interested in obtaining exact data on canny sailing. So he was interested in getting data and also using electronic instrumentation. Traveled on board traditional sailing canoes in some of the most remote parts of the Pacific, all the while using his instrument to record the speed and all. So that we have already read when I was doing previous question. So you can also read it, and let's read the options. Data were collected after the canoes had returned to land. Was collected after the in some parts of the Pacific, all the while using his instrument to record canoe speed in different wind strength from gales to cane. No. So he was, when he was doing sailing, so while using his instrument to record canoe speeds, he was using speed. So how can it possible that after the canoes had returned to land? So this is wrong. Canoe characteristics were recorded using modern instrument. So different wind strength. This is canoe speed he is talking about. Canoe characteristic were correct, same word you will not get, were recorded using modern instrument. So modern instrument is there, electronic instrument, latest means modern. So this we can select, but let's read other options also. Research was conducted in the most densely populated region. So this is also missing. So nothing is explained about any traditional kind of thing. And here it is given remote parts of the Pacific. It means this is opposite. Navigators were not allowed to see the instrument Doran used. Where it is given, were not allowed. In the process he provided the first early attributes of traditional sailing. No, nothing is given about it. So yes, 9th number. Which of the following did Stephen Howard discover during? Now this person name is in the next paragraph, Stephen here. So we have to find which of the following did Stephen Harvard during his research, what he has done during his research. Okay, so we will not read option, we have to read the statement story over here, means paragraph. As a psychologist, interest was not in navigation techniques or in canoes, but the physical capabilities of the men themselves. By adopting standard psychological techniques, Horvath was able to calculate the energy. So he is talking about energy and all. So there was no wind to feel the sails, or when the wind was contrary, he concluded that paddles or perhaps long oars could indeed have propelled for long distances what were primarily sailing vessels. Okay, so I will show you the options. See this option, canoe was less important than human strength. Canoe was less important. Nothing is given like that. New research methods had to be developed for use in canoes. Navigators became very tired on the longest. No, this is also not explained over here in this. Human energy may have been used to assist sailing canoes. So human energy, but actually he was talking, but the physical capability of the men themselves was not, his interest was not in this. What he discovered, actually we have to find, was able to calculate the energy expenditure required to paddle the canoe of this sort when there was no wind or when the wind was contrary. He concluded this is the result. Paddles or perhaps long oars could indeed have propelled for long distances what were primarily sailing vessels. Canoe was designed less important. This is not given. New research methods have to be developed for use in canoes. Navigators became very tired. This also, human energy may have been used to assist sailing canoes. This also can come D number. Okay. Now 10th question, last question, and this question I will cover it in next video. So what is the writer's opinion of this person? So this person name is not here, and next paragraph I can see this, Wall Garrett. Finally, a team led by this conducted important research, in this case by making investigation while remaining safely in the laboratory. Unusual method was to use the finding of linguistics who had studied the language of the Pacific Islands, many of which are remarkably similar through the islands where they were spoken thousands. Okay, so if you try to understand this, he is saying many languages who had studied the language, many of which are remarkably similar through the island where they are spoken, are sometimes thousands of kilometers apart. Clever adoption of computer simulation technique pointed in other disciplines. Okay, let's read the options. Right. He is disappointed it was conducted in the laboratory. No, this disappointment was not there. He is impressed by the originality of the technique used. He is surprised it was used to help linguists with their research. He is concerned about the studies are long distances apart. He is surprised, he is disappointed it was conducted in the laboratory. This is not given. He is impressed by the originality of the techniques. He is surprised it was used to help linguists with their research. He is concerned about the islands studied are long distances apart. So long distances, definitely he is talking were spoken thousands of kilometers. So this writer's opinion of writer's opinion. Wall proposed the migration should not be seen as single journey made by mass but a series of ever pushing further into unknown. Okay. Unusual method to use finding who had studied many. So they are talking who had studied language, many of which are similar through islands. It was used to help linguistic with their, so this we can select. He is concerned is also there. No, concerned is not there. He is not talking about any concerned kind of thing. Remarkably similar, although the islands where they were spoken sometimes. So he is surprised it was used to help linguists with their research. So this we can select.